Man made the dynamo to remake man. The core structure consists of 10 to the power of 19 switches. Each switch is a decagon, providing a base 10 combination, creating a sum total output of 27,000 operations per second for every man, woman, and child who ever lived. The dynamo was the greatest achievement of the millennium, a device of simple mechanical principles with the potential for unlimited expansion. A mechanism limited only by its power supply. A machine capable of freeing man from his limitations, of allowing him the luxury of conquering the planets, of looking to the stars.
You must have a very small penis.
I beg your pardon?
This obsession with size, you're overcompensating. What have you done to my head?
That's not my department.
Several days ago, I woke up. And a migraine and this scar on my head now. I want an answer.
I'm with records and files. I think you should be talking with someone in medical evaluations. You have any idea how long you've been here?
Fish.
Excuse me?
Monday and Thursday, it's chicken. Tuesday and Saturday, spam. Wednesday and Sunday, it's vegetables only, and Friday, it's fish, and it's steamed clam. Now, that's 29,331 meals of fish.
Over 40 years.
I have a small penis, too. Do you have a form for that? Short form. Maybe one of those little pink ones.
Like I said.
Not your department.
We've been cleaning out some of the old files. I noticed that yours was incomplete in certain areas.
Look, someone has been in my head. A medical procedure's taken place. I want an answer.
It was exploratory. You have a tumor.
Tumor? I don't feel any pain.
Apparently you won't. You'll find yourself sleeping more and more each day. In a few weeks, perhaps a month, you won't wake up. These are some of the documents I'd like clarification on. It shouldn't take very long.
Do you have any photographs?
No, these are just documents. Birth certificates, education levels, employment histories, union qualifications, tax returns. You would know about tax returns. They're a modern thing.
What did I look like?
More hair, more teeth, fewer wrinkles.
I had a dream last night. I was a young man when I looked in this mirror. I had this face. I've had this same face for 40 years.
This dream, where did it take place?
Centropolis, out at the aerodrome. My hands, they were shaking.
Your hands were shaking?
I just received a telegram. I was 26 years old. They turned me down.
For what?
Jupiter. I'd applied to return to Jupiter, and they turned me down. Motion is the servant of chaos. Chaos is the servant of anarchy. Anarchy serves no one. Motion serves chaos. Chaos serves anarchy. Anarchy serves no one. I am the link which must not break. I am the servant which must not falter. I am the messenger which must not delay. I will become the dynamo. See in me its truth, and in its truth me.
Just like a man to be obsessed with size.
What?
It's not a plane. It's a boat with wings.
Who are you?
I'm Dagmar. I'm the best pilot you'll ever meet.
You're not a pilot, you're a woman.
That's my plane over there.
She hasn't aged a day in 40 years.
What exactly did the telegram say?
I don't remember. I was somewhere. I don't remember.
Explain.
Something had changed. My chest ached. It was pain, but not really a physical pain.
And you let her slap you?
Yes. I decided to patronize her by inspecting her aircraft.
14-cylinder radial engine delivering 700 horsepower per cylinder. It's supercharged and does 600 miles an hour at 100 feet.
Why fly so low?
So I can shoot fat men on their bald spots with my BB gun.
Oh, so you're a poor shot, too.
You must be a mechanic.
No, I'm an engineer. 10th level, guild engineer with 5 years in space. Where I come from, you couldn't use this crate for spare parts. It's barely an adequate training vehicle, unless you're a girl, I suppose.
I'm the best pilot you'll ever meet.
I've always regretted saying that, and I never apologized. That plane meant everything to her, and I made it small. I tried to make it nothing. She's a suffragette, you know.
Not anymore.
Oh?
Women have the vote now. Jews and coloreds, too. And Orientals.
Really?
Does that bother you? You spent some time with her, didn't you? You were seen with her at least once a month. Your supervisors didn't say anything about this?
No. No, they didn't.
12 cylinders, fuel injection, 0 to 60 in 3.2 seconds.
With the top down?
Of course. Why are you an engineer?
As opposed to what?
Pilot.
No, I didn't want to be second best. I waited for you. Where did you go? What happened to you?
Why did they send you into space?
To explore. They need engineers to build the bases, design the fuel refineries.
It must be very beautiful out there.
And terrifying. That's why they only send men. Women can't cope with the scale of space.
Oh.
I built a mining platform on Pluto. From there, you can see the Oort cloud. The sun, the size of a pinhead at arm's length.
I'll try and remember that next time you're at arm's length. That day at the aerodrome, you were saying something, talking to yourself. What was it?
I can't tell you. Guild engineers are trained never to divulge rituals and practices.
Why were your hands shaking?
I don't know. I received some bad news. It was the Guild litany. I will become the dynamo. See in me its truth, and in its truth, me.
You want to become a machine.
Man made the dynamo to remake man. Everything we are, we owe to it.
But you deny emotion.
Of course, the dynamo feels nothing, so why should we?
So, whatever truth you see in yourself, there's no joy in it. It's ambiguous.
What?
Become the dynamo. It could mean two things.
What are you talking about?
You could become like the dynamo, feel nothing, live for logic and mathematics. Or you could become the dynamo, in the way that uniform becomes you. Which is it? I think I'm going to upset you, Fred.
Oh?
I'm a Luddite. I despise technology and everything it represents.
But your plane, the car.
A disguise. I want to destroy the dynamo and everything it stands for.
Oh, dear.
I need your help.
You're a subversive. The enemy.
I need your help.
This is important to you.
It's an interesting story. Not one I've heard before. It's not in any of the reports. Well, not in this kind of detail. Who was the translator?
Oh. Him.
They say he speaks 11 languages.
But why does he insist on using that stupid device?
He says it's the way of the future. He plans to get rich after the dynamo's destroyed. Were you followed?
Not possible. Many devices have eyes, and they squark the dynamo's eyes and ears.
That device you talk into, how does it work?
Ha! Knowledge you seek? Push your lips affectionately upon my buttocks. 4 bad guys needed. The last hurls the switch, and we fall into the future.
The security system. The envelope, it was the layout for the security system, wasn't it?
Stop it.
I have to ask. In 40 years, you haven't told anyone.
Stop the pretense. This isn't about records and files. It's about something else. Why are you lying to me?
You change things. I've studied you, Fred. I know how you think. You have questions you don't dare ask. I can answer them. You made a mistake. A terrible mistake.
He's right. 3 men to throw the security grid. 4th to enter the dynamo chamber. It can't work.
Why not?
It's miles deep. There are thousands of workers on every level. Any intruders will be captured and shot.
We'll create a diversion. They'll evacuate the chamber.
I received a message today from the guildmaster's office. I'm to be an apprentice on the welding crew.
That will put you inside the complex.
This wasn't a plan. This was a collection of accidents. Even today, without the dynamo, we'd catch this pathetic conspiracy before it even began. You had help, didn't you? Someone in the upper echelons was shielding you.
You said you could tell me things, questions I don't dare ask.
You wonder about that day at the aerodrome. Why your conditioning suddenly failed. This is the telegram you received. Do you recognize it?
That's not what I saw. Don't play games.
It's a triggering device. While you were in training, someone placed this symbol in your subconscious. Your discipline, the years of conditioning, the celibacy, the fidelity, it all vanished when you saw this piece of paper. You were a sleeper. The telegram was the alarm clock. You couldn't help yourself, Fred. You stopped becoming the dynamo and you became a man again. You think of yourself as a traitor?
Yes. No. Not entirely.
Did you ever go without food? Did you ever go without medicine? Did you ever see the effects of a war?
No, of course not.
But you must have read about things like that in your studies with the Guild.
Yes, in the classics.
Millions are dead. People are killing each other hourly. Plague is rampant and war is continuous. Pluto was lost 30 years ago. Mars is in ashes. You dreamed of the stars, and 40 years later, half the planet is starving. I'm the same age as you were then, Fred, and my father cannot remember a time of peace.
Then why did they send you? A bureaucrat? If it was that important, they would have assigned a team. If it mattered that much, they could have started years ago.
The people in charge don't want the dynamo back. Why would they? It would take away all their power. The Guild engineers are disbanded. You're all that's left.
So, you're a subversive.
Some of us still believe man made the dynamo to remake man. You derailed the train, but the tracks are still there. You could set it right again. I'm offering you redemption.
I don't want it.
Then what do you want?
Where is she?
That's all you care about? Interesting paradox. You'd betray what she fought for to see her again. You're not worried she'd hate you?
I have things to tell her.
You first.
That's when I began my apprenticeship.
I'm sorry this has to be you. I know you don't want to do it.
I don't suppose you've given any thought to escape?
We're going to change the world. How can we escape that?
Yeah, well, we'll be captured and shot. There's no chance of succeeding. We should be dead already. I bought 2 tickets to Io. That's a moon of Jupiter.
I know where Io is.
We can take the space gun. You'll have to disguise yourself as a man, but there's sure to be confusion. A chance of escape. You'll see the moon, Mars, Saturn, Jupiter's eye.
I'd like that.
Maybe we could get to Pluto, who knows? They might even turn a blind eye. They need good pilots. We'll meet at the telescope. I never should have let you go. She was in charge of the diversion.
Oh, yes. The diversion. What are you...
It was waiting for me.
Impossible.
It was waiting for me.
You will need a flashlight.
What?
When the power is cut, the lights will go out. You will need a flashlight. There is one at your feet.
You know why I'm here.
I'm sorry it has to be you.
That's what she said.
As you made your plans to escape,
Why?
man made the dynamo to remake man.
Why am I doing this?
Ironic.
What?
Ironic. You do this for someone else. Forgive me.
Forgive you? Who should I be doing this for?
While this forbidden island Earth stood still, a machine with no heart to break seized furthest of all. One last truth. Fred, we become what we are.
It knew. It... Where is she?
Somewhere else. Tickets to escape you have. Hand them over.
Where is she?
Elle vient avec moi.
She leaves with
S'il
me.
vous plaît.
Tickets, please. Donne-moi les
Hand
tous.
them to me now.
What's that?
C'est un
A
engin.
device for the removal of life. One press of this switch and your heart is broken.
You made it yourself?
Bien sûr.
Of course.
Where is she?
Wrote that by
Impossible.
You think I'm lying?
Yes. I put my life on the line coming down here.
Ah, I know how you feel.
Please.
Where is she?
The dynamo was a logical machine. It operated on logical imperatives. Self-destruction makes no sense. We've become what we are. What does that mean?
You figure it out. I don't like to think about it.
It's deterministic.
It's what?
Deterministic. We become what we are. We shape our destinies through discipline and hard work. Our decisions affect the future.
That would give you hope, wouldn't it?
I want more than hope, Fred. I want answers. And I want the truth. Again, from the top.
It's ambiguous.
Yes, of course. That was her argument, wasn't it? You want me to believe it destroyed itself because we weren't becoming enough. Because you weren't becoming enough.
Maybe it wasn't becoming enough.
How convenient.
Man made the dynamo to remake man. But it didn't remake us. It pacified us. It failed. Maybe it destroyed itself in shame.
A problem like that could be corrected.
Maybe we never had a choice. Maybe it never had a choice.
We always have a choice, Fred. Choice is why you're here.
Maybe we become what we are. Maybe we're just becoming a thing that always was. You say we're murdering ourselves. Well, maybe that's what we do. It's empty. It's pointless. But it's what we are. If that were true, then we'd have no control over our destiny.
Now you're being ridiculous.
If you were the greatest machine ever made, the triumph of the millennium, the all-seeing, all-knowing eye, and if you found out it was all for nothing, you were for nothing, how could you go on? Why would you continue? What would be the point?
That's an emotional response. The dynamo feels nothing.
How can you remake something that just is?
Well then, why haven't you told anyone?
For what it's worth, I believed in a dynamo. I believed in its truth. I believed in its vision. And one day, it was all gone, and everything I was supposed to become was just iron and steel. Whatever it did for a reason, and that frightens me. It knew something. I still believe in it.
But why should I believe you?
You already do. Forgive me.
Forgive you?
I've taken away your hope.
Why is she so important to you?
She's all that's left.
She wasn't a very good pilot. Her scores were less than passable. Like your apprenticeship, her pilot license was due to a bureaucratic oversight. And you weren't her only victim. I've seen the surveillance photographs. She did things that would shame the whore of Babylon.
Where is she?
She was the diversion. She was dead before you even began. Dream about that.
It knew. First, we'll go to the space station. With luck, we can get a ship as far as Io. That's a moon of Jupiter.
I know what EO is.
After that, it's Pluto.
Do I get to drive?
Have you ever piloted a rocket ship?
How hard can it be? I'm Dagmar, the best pilot you'll ever meet.
I miss you.